Hi everybody, and we're live.
Why are you
right
counting
now.
down?
And
what the
we're
fuck is
live.
happening?
We're live right now.
I don't know what to do about this. Hey guys,
For some
we're
reason,
back.
the guest list says Echo's trying. I fixed it. We're good. Hi everybody, it's our
I'm
first
the only
time
one
in a while.
drawing today. You don't even need to have that up there.
Just in case, you know. Fine, I'll get rid of it. He never lets me do nothing.
Ooh.
How are we all doing? Are we all having a good...
Bryce is a little giggly today.
Are we all having a good Monday?
Is today just Monday? Jesus Christ. Bryce, where have we been the last... How long was it? 2 weeks?
I don't know. Where were we? Oh, we've been working. We've been working on a story.
Tell everyone about it. Give all the details.
It's a book.
All right,
and we're making it.
Next order of business. We're going to be in Texas this week. If you're going to Bell County Comic-Con, you will meet us if you go to our table and say hi. We'll give you stuff. Is it a cowboy shonen? No, it's not. But yeah, you can. I know everyone's always wanted to meet us, so this is a big deal for you guys, for sure.
That's it. That's the stream.
Yeah, we've caught everyone up. We've promoted everything that we want to promote. No, we'll have big news coming tomorrow as well. I can't talk about it yet, but pay attention tomorrow to my Twitter, to the Discord. If you don't want to do that, we'll talk about it on stream on Wednesday, but no stream on Friday because we will be in Texas. Let's go. This is my first stream I've been in. How is everyone? Hey, Mob Plays. This is nice to have you here. Normally Bryce does that, but he didn't read it.
Hey, Mob Plays.
Before stream, Bryce was the rowdiest, most talking motherfucker I've ever heard. Stream started, Bryce just turns off.
Well, I had to.
He's not said 2 words.
I had a thing. Sorry, a thing popped up.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're not streaming or anything. I'll entertain people. I'm the guy.
I'm sorry. It was a family hoopla.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing? How's everyone's day? How's everyone's Monday?
You know what my favorite word is this week? You know, last week I told you it was apoplectic. Apoplectic. My new favorite word this week is chicanery.
Chicanery.
Every now and yeah, you know what that means?
No.
It's like foolishness.
Oh, so of course it'd be your favorite word.
Yeah.
Fool,
like
you fool.
If you're acting up, you're doing chicanery. This stream, I some people would call it chicanery. If you can believe that.
Imagine. Yeah, we've been gone for 2 weeks. It's really weird because I don't think we realized that we hadn't streamed for 2 weeks until earlier today when we said to each other, "Holy shit, we haven't streamed for 2 weeks."
Well, the real reason is that we were working on a story. No, we can't. It's hard to plot a story and outline a story, especially early on, and stream in the same day because it takes a lot of energy and time. So we're usually pretty tired by the end of the day when we're doing that, and also we have like other shit we have to do. So streaming kind of gets pushed aside. That was actually one of the big problems the last time we stopped streaming was every time we started to plot, it would get in the way. So we took a little break, but we're back for 2 days, and then we'll be gone again. But then we'll be back again next week. It'll be good.
Yeah, and then starting next week, we should be, I think, back on our normal streaming schedule for a while.
Yeah, I
can't
think of anything that would deviate us.
Unless something goes catastrophically wrong. But that never happens.
Which it could. We could just simply not return from Texas. This is possible.
That is true. It could be so hot that we just melt. So.
The heat index is going to be over 100 degrees like every day that we're there.
Tight. Heard of Meese, thank you for the sub.
Thank you.
Here, have some more free money from Amazon.
I love money. Especially Amazon's money.
Cold
I
hard
ordered
cash.
a bookshelf from Amazon. Okay? It got here 2 days ago, I think. And I was so excited to put this bookshelf together. I know that may sound strange, but it meant a lot to me at the time. And I was like, man, this is so high. I take everything out of the box. I get fucking styrofoam everywhere. My whole living room is just a mess of styrofoam. I become a styrofoam man. And I get ready to start putting it together after getting everything out. Baseball game on the radio, having a good time. And I realized they just didn't give me the fucking screws or the nails. So I couldn't put it together. So I had to go. I tried to submit a thing on Amazon. And it was like, no, go to our website. So I had to submit a support ticket on their website, which I then had to submit like 14 different numbers, like model numbers, instruction numbers, all this shit. I think it's designed in a way that you're supposed to just give up and reorder the thing. But not me. I submitted that shit. I've not heard back yet. So, I mean, they might just not answer me at all. Anyways, that was my struggle yesterday.
Well, what do you do then? You're just left with a bunch of wood.
I guess I just rebuy it. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
The other day, I meant to mention this to you. I was out walking, and I saw the maintenance men for our apartment just fucking grilling up some steaks on the grill.
Really?
Just big chilling, yeah. They were just sitting there. They were just sitting there by themselves, just fucking grilling away, dude. It was like 3 p.m.
Steven would never.
Is this the same brush you use on animations as well? I always have to use bitmap pen to avoid pixelation.
Yes, but I like the pixelation. I like how it's kind of jagged. If you zoom out like to this level, you don't really notice, especially when it all gets reduced down, because when you reduce the image size, like what I use to post, see, it all kind of blends together, and it sort of smooths it out anyways. So yeah, I use the same thing for everything. It's just the default pencil tool in Photoshop. So just do that. I think the pixelation, I think it adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of attitude, personality. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I am saying? Also,
do you know what I'm
thank you for the sub. Yes, Poopy. What a name.
Okay.
What an all-time name.
Good. So I think I mentioned this last time we were streaming, but I'm still watching Dragon Ball Kai.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on like episode 32, 35, somewhere around there, and Frieza just transformed. It's kind of madness.
Goddamn.
Because I think, I don't know, what episode is that in the original?
When Frieza transforms?
Yeah, into his second form.
I don't know, but I know Goku going Super Saiyan is like 125. I think.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's like the longest fight in anime history, so.
Yeah, but him going Super Saiyan is before the fight even really starts.
They fight for a long time.
No, I mean like, yeah, but there's still like hours of the fight left after he goes Super Saiyan.
There is. I'm just saying like there's a lot before he transforms.
You know, Scott,
really,
I own the whole manga.
You know,
I know. I've read it once or twice. You know, unlike you, I've actually read Dragon Ball.
I've read half of the first volume of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So, I'm no rookie. You know what inspired this outfit, Bryce?
What inspired this outfit, Scott?
Well, it's a striped shirt. And striped shirt make boobs look bigger. Like if they're horizontal. That's what inspired the shirt. And the LL, do you know what the LL stands for?
Loser.
No, it's LL Cool J. Idiot.
Oh. So not like Lucia Lancaster.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's Lucia Lancaster.
Oh. So it's not LL Cool J? That's pretty cringe.
Well, that's why she was named Lucia Lancaster.
No, what was her tribute to LL Cool J that you just got rid of? She had another name before Lancaster. I always forget what it was.
Apparently, so did I.
Yeah, remember you forgot, and so you just renamed her. Fuck, what was it?
I don't know. It wasn't Lockhart because that's Lucy's
no, it was
name
Lockhart. It was Lockhart.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, that might have been why I changed it then, because it was just Lucy's name from, isn't it?
From what?
Fairy Tail? Did I make that up?
I don't fucking know.
Jamie, look that shit up.
It's a character from a Final Fantasy game, apparently, but I don't think that's Lucy's name from Fairy Tail. Listen, I've never seen Fairy Tail, you know. I'm never one to, you know.
Right, of course.
But no, I just remember that we named her something in the script, and then when you got to drawing it, or maybe it was an outlining. Maybe it didn't survive the script. Maybe I'm the one that renamed her, and I've just made this up the whole time and just pretended it was you.
You know, honestly, probably what happened was that it was an outlining, or it just existed at some point in plotting. And I got to the page and I was like, what was her name again? And then I asked you, and you were probably like, I don't know. And so we just had to find a new name. That's probably what happened. Based historically.
That seems the most likely. It probably wasn't even Lockhart. That's probably just some generic name that we remember randomly for some reason.
Nobody ever uses the name.
Last names have always been a point of contention between Scott and I, actually.
Yes.
Strangely enough,
the point of contention is that Bryce doesn't want to do them.
Yeah, I just don't see a point in them.
So I'm like, hey, what's this character's last name? He goes, oh. I'm like, well, we kind of need that. He goes, nah.
Every time I'm like, how many times have I said this motherfucker's last name? When is Lucia's name in the Pandy Bear said? The only time she's introduced.
The first page.
But it's, first of all, you fucking moron, it's the second and third page. Know your own book. Second of all, that's the only time it's ever mentioned in the book. You know why? Because she didn't need a last name. This happens every book. This is always a big point of contention between the two of us.
But it was used in other non-book related things.
Go on.
Well, I don't remember, but it was. I remember. I don't know if it was like a plushie or what, but
no, when we started doing some of the Patreon bonus content, I used her name, Bear and Junk, but that's just because we had it. Fucking like what? Like, okay, here's another example from the current book we're working on. I won't talk about it all, but I'll say her name, Abigail. She has a last name. We have never once mentioned it since the time we gave her this last name. It's been in the outline and script a few times, but it's always just been like the first time she's introduced.
Well, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't.
I just feel like it's a waste of effort.
It's really not that much effort.
I just feel like he likes to make more work for me. I think I think a first name should be unique enough to stand on its own. It's not laziness. And it's certainly not my inability to name things properly. It's just a personal thing.
Kindred, it's just a personal thing. It's not you. I think Kindred Heavens would be a very different story if they didn't have.
Well, because you know what? Because the last name's relevant to the book. That's a time when it makes sense. But what I'm saying is, when it's a fucking random
you probably
action
still
comic,
didn't even want to give them a.
I never protested to the last names in Kindred Heavens. I'll thank you very much. I even gave most of the characters their last names. I think Voight.
Yeah, what's Robin's last name?
Santer. I think Voight and fuck
right,
you.
enough.
First of all. Fucking
Fair
come
enough.
at me. What's Robin's last name, motherfucker? I wrote the character. Don't ask me Annabelle's last name. I don't remember if she has a last name, to be honest.
She might not.
For some reason, I feel like it was like Miller or something like that, but I don't think it was ever. Now Lucas's last name is Leach, because his last name is mentioned a few times.
Yes.
Although
Here's the reason. Here's the argument for last names. Okay, is that there are sometimes instances where they need a last name, right? And the problem, and we've done this before, is that when those instances occur, we just like have to come up with some shit. And we always forget that we do that. So we end up giving our characters like 6 different last names because we'll forget. And so by the next time that we need a last name, we have to just come up with something new because we can't remember what we gave it to them before.
This is true. This is factual.
This is just like our work meeting this morning. Walking on the trails of our apartment complex.
That is true. We did wake up at 5 a.m. and walk around our apartment complex, but 4 times. We had a man and his dogs get very upset that we existed.
And we looped around and we found them again. He tried to run from us, but we got him on the
second time we saw him,
wraparound.
though, he didn't even let his dogs get near us. I mean, he was gone.
They were like Chihuahuas. This was not like a big dog situation.
They were not something we were afraid of.
Well, I'm not afraid of anything.
They were not like the German Shepherd that wanders around our apartment complex.
I always feel bad for that German Shepherd because he's got like really bad hip problems, it looks like.
Honestly, sometimes there are just facts and details that either they're not relevant to the story, they're fun to have anyways. I agree with this, but
Let me tell you about the war.
But I disagree with Scott. And so I just think he kind of encroaches on my territory sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had to send out something recently to a publisher, and we had to call you a writer on the project, and that was a little upsetting to me. You know, it's kind of like, that's my shtick.
Well, we don't exist. We didn't do that project.
That, I don't think we can really get too deep into that, but that is true.
I don't know. Why can't we? We don't exist. Why, who in the fuck would know?
It's part of the industry. Sometimes you gotta pretend you don't exist. Sometimes you're not allowed to say who you are or what you've done because your image is so bad to the publishing world that you are a smear upon anything that you try and put out. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, our name is J.W. Bean. We have done crowdfund project.
We have written successful webcomic. We are 2 writers. Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just, you get told that you can't tell people who you are. It's just part of the industry, baby.
It's fine. It's what you sign up for.
It's funny. It's funny at the very least.
Hilarious. But hey, we're going to Texas.
We're going to Texas, and
we'll be there under our own name. Yes.
There you will get to meet the Bryce Beal and Scott Mallon. You will not have to meet a certain individual named Mr. J.W. Bean. You will get to meet us in the flesh. Sometimes you have to literally pretend you are one person. You are not 2 people.
You don't want a flight with Flork.
That is true. We are gonna meet Flork mid layover.
Yeah.
So we'll be
have a
meeting
layover
Flork in an airport
before we fly to Texas. We have a layover, and then the plane that goes to Texas has Flork on it.
Does that mean we're gonna be doing everything with Flork after that, like going to the hotel and stuff?
Yeah.
God damn, we're gonna be Florking it.
We are Florkin. It's true.
What if we all share a hotel room?
That'd be a little strange, but I'd be into it.
I'd be willing to Flork it with Flork. Scott and Bryce, what tropes would you say are your favorites, and what are some that you want to throw in the trash? Tropes are my favorite. Scott, I'll let you go first. I know you're big into tropes. You're a big
my
trope guy.
favorite. Am I?
I'll say you're a big tropey.
That's a good question, but I don't know if I know the answer to that. Where the main character's parents are dead, based on all of our.
You know what trope I do like? But here's the caveat. I think with all these tropes, I like these tropes. Camp out. Thank you for the sub. 24 months.
Thank you, goat.
Don't
do the sheesh thing.
But I don't care what you like though. Like last names. But I fucking lost my shit because of you. I can't fucking believe this fucking. What was I saying? Oh, I like when, like, with all these tropes, anything we talk about, like, at least for me, like, it's all saying like when they're well done. But I'm a really big sucker for the, like, good guy gets mad and just beats the shit out of bad guy. Like, just goes crazy on them. When that's done really well, it hits so hard and makes, like, teenage me so happy.
I guess mine would be, I really like, again, like Bryce said, when it's done well, I really like the trope of, like, a bad guy that then becomes a good guy. Like, they work together. When that makes sense. Now, a lot of times it doesn't make sense. This is why I like Dragon Ball so much, because that's every arc in Dragon Ball. I don't know if that's contentious. That seems like something that people
liking
would hate.
Dragon Ball? That's
no.
How dare you say something so bold?
No. What?
Who? Trying to think of
who are you?
Tropes I don't like. That's probably actually a really easy one. I just can't think of any right now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's one of those questions where just for some reason I can't, like, nothing's coming to mind, even though they're obviously, like, I have an answer to that. I just have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm just drawing a blank.
I'll Google it. I'll Google popular, not Pornhub, popular tropes. 150 romance novel tropes. All right, let's explore this.
Yeah. Cook on the romance novels.
Friend number one is enemies to lovers. There you go. I said that. Opposites attract. Okay, this list is stupid.
You're on a romance novel list. How many romance novels do you read?
Prophecy and quests. You know what? I'll say actually that's probably one of mine. Is I like when the main character just has like a quest to go on. Like I want to do X, so I need to do Y in order to do X. And like that's the thing. And like it just sort of spirals from there. I think when that's done well, that's just like such a perfect classic setup.
I think one trope I hate is characters having to have last names. I really hate this like trend. It's just really generic.
We should just write a book where our characters have no last names.
No names. No
names
just
at
no
all.
names.
Yeah. You're right.
Sometimes I'll just be, part of working on things and working on books is Scott and I do a lot of research. We're big research guys, even when we write something fantasy. And with the book we're currently working on, I have done an inordinate amount of research to the point where I was messaging Scott about flies last night at like 7 p.m. and he called me out on it, and I felt really offended by this.
You know what's crazy is that later, because I know what you're talking about, that post you were talking about, I got recommended it later that night.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And I was like, oh, this is what he was talking about.
Did you go on the subreddit or? It's a pretty cool little subreddit.
I've never been there personally, but you've said, what was that?
That was a.
I didn't like that at all.
What's your favorite art piece you've made, Scott?
My favorite art piece is
The one you're making right now. He's always peeking.
Honestly, that question is an interesting one. And I get asked it from time to time. I would say that my favorite art piece that I made would be one of our books, either The Panty Bear or Kindred Heavens. The reason it's not definitely Kindred Heavens is because it's not finished yet. Like, there's still other books to draw, and The Panty Bear is like a self-contained thing. I think that would be my answer, because I like to think of them as just like one whole thing, one whole piece of artwork, and so that's always the first thought that I have when I get that question. Like, what's my favorite thing? Like, I don't have just one thing that I'm like, oh yeah, this is my one drawing, the one cover I did, or whatever. I'm always thinking about like, oh, this is like the whole artistic piece that I made, this book. So it would be that.
I don't know. You're talking about this. You're talking about the Panty Bear, and I talked to my dad yesterday. I was talking to him about the Panty Bear because I was asking him something. He was telling me he had read it, and I didn't know he'd ever read the Panty Bear. And he's saying that was just like, I was like, I asked him. I said, Dad, what are your thoughts on the Panty Bear? Like, did you like it? And he pauses and he goes, I was reading it, and I thought, this came out of the woman I love. And that was just a really funny way to word that. So there we go.
So did he like it? Or?
That's all he told me. Then he said, it's fucking crazy. That's what he told me. Those are the 2 words. This came out of the woman. I can't believe this came out of the woman I love. And then, what about your least favorite art piece? That's probably something nobody's ever gonna see.
Oh man, I got a lot of that one of Ezra from like 12 years ago with the Jeff Hardy armband.
The first ever character design we ever did. I wish we still had that.
I don't have that. That's like one of the only things
I know
that I've ever just straight up deleted.
I kept it for the longest time. Because I knew you didn't have it. It was the first character design we ever did. And oh my god, it's awful. It's really bad. It's so, like the Jeff Hardy armbands. I fucking forgot about the Jeff Hardy armbands.
You can't forget about the Jeff Hardy armbands.
You can't forget about the Jeff Hardy armbands. Jeff Hardy bands. That's a real parent, though. My dad meant it in a positive way, I think. I think.
For what it's worth, my dad has not read The Panty Bear. So.
Yeah. We should get him a copy.
Yeah. Papa.
Send your dad Kindred Heavens and go, Dad, no, this isn't kind, like, you know, your venture's a little bit different, but
you know, my grandfather backed the Kindred Heavens Kickstarter.
Is that true?
Yes, under a fake name.
Okay.
I don't know why he felt the need to use a fake name, but
what if he gets it and he's like, why did you draw this? What would you do if he didn't like it?
I would be pretty disappointed.
Well, hopefully he does.
I imagine my most likely scenario in my mind is that he gets it and doesn't read it. But he's really happy to have it. That's sort of the
and he's like going to show it off to everyone.
Yeah, but he'll have never read it.
My parents
but
are
just
really
the fact that it exists
about Kindred Heavens.
You know, I'm also really excited about Kindred Heavens. If you've not filled it, oh yeah, we haven't streamed since the Kickstarter ended. Guys, the Kickstarter got funded.
That is true. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
If you've not filled out your backer survey, I will kill you. I will.
The longer you take, the closer the death robots get.
The longer you take, the closer you get to just not getting your book. So, which would make me sad. Okay.
And most people have filled out at this point. I think we have like less than 10% of people that haven't.
Yes, there is about 7% that is not.
But you 7% of holdouts.
You're just not gonna get your book, and it's gonna be like a year from now, and you're gonna be like, when am I going to get my copy? And we're going to be like, well, you didn't fill out the fucking survey, and we're nice guys, so we'll probably still try and get it to you, but you know.
But we will talk about it privately in a negative way.
We'll give you a lot of shit just between him and me.
It will forever live in your conscience that you will have to think, oh, the two creators I love don't love me. So just sit on that. Just think about if you want to be that person. But anyway, please fill your survey.
If you don't fill out your survey, I don't love you.
Well, he'll still.
I'll tell you what. Listen. Yeah, boy. About 2 days before fulfillment starts, like, you know, once we have the books, we have all the rewards, which we almost have all the rewards actually, and we're ready to start shipping stuff out. Once that starts, we are going to post an update about 2 days before it starts and say, listen, it's about to start. Fill out your surveys for real,
or else.
And if you don't fill it out by then, there is no guarantee that you will get your book. So, but you still have a couple of weeks, or I guess a few weeks. You have an indeterminate amount of time. And if you miss the Kickstarter, why do you hate us? No, I'm kidding. It will be for sale on the Iconic website once the what do you call it? Once the
fulfillment's done.
Yes, once the fulfillment's done. That's good. Although it will be more expensive than it was on the Kickstarter. You got a discount if you bought it on Kickstarter.
Which is nice.
Which is nice.
Yo, Riri Mouse rating with a party of 231. Hello.
Holy shit.
Hi everyone.
I'm nervous. Turn the stream off. No.
It's a Monday. We're a little chill guys today.
We're just chill little guys today. I'm drawing a big titty woman. In a striped sweater.
We are French. Hello.
French
people.
In the stream.
Hi.
No, I'm kidding. I love the French. Some of my closest friends are French.
One of our moderators is French.
I have one French friend.
No, there's also Yora.
Oh, that's true. I have two French friends. Am I forgetting somebody? I have
French?
all of you. No. Why
did I think Star Wars?
I don't know. You just want people to be French, dude.
I just want everyone to be French.
Don't wish that on them. I have all of these new friends though, and they're all French apparently. I'm sorry, we don't actually speak French. We're dumb Americans. Bryce, tell them about who we are.
Well, you see, this is the part of the stream where I'd normally link things, but we're signed out of Streamlabs right now, and I don't know why it's letting us stream, although it says we're signed out of Streamlabs. So that's funny because it won't let me comment anything, and I'm too lazy to fix it. And I just now realized this in this moment. But we are Bryce and Scott, and we make comic books. Thank you for dropping the link. Oh, that was you. I'm not gonna thank you. We have a Twitter account with a big-breasted woman who makes us a fair bit of a living. And then we have a book called The Panty Bear that you can buy, which she's the main character of. And nobody read it at first, but now people read it because she was the main character of it. That's about her, but she fights with panties as superpowers. And then we have another book that you can't buy right now, but you will be able to buy soon. Its Kickstarter just ended. It raised almost $40,000, called Kindred Heavens. It's the first book in a 4-book series, written by me, drawn by Scott.
That is an all ages book.
I would say, Scott, drop the Kindred Heavens link. It's exclamation Kindred Heavens.
Okay, I'll drop it. They can't buy it, but
I mean, they can still look at it.
There you go.
So thank you, everybody, and welcome. I hope you enjoy the stream.
One time we raided somebody, and they had a video prepared that they could just like play at will. And we thought that was so cool. That's been like 2 years. We've still not.
Yeah, I kind of like
that.
the scuffed quick introductions. I feel like it's a bit more natural for you and me. You know, you and me, we don't really plan anything out.
It definitely fits our brand more.
We just go
just
live.
Like an absolutely terrible introduction.
We just go live, and then we're here, and then we're talking, you know.
I kind of like listening to you struggle to do it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you like listening to me struggle?
Well, don't. Why'd you say it weird?
Anyway, that's us. And we'll probably just be here drawing and talking about stupid things. That's
we
my
spend
pitch.
a lot of time talking about I don't know, what do we spend a lot of time the Batman.
Have we been here since we saw Oppenheimer? I don't think we have.
No, this is the first time. Guys, Oppenheimer was a good movie.
Oppenheimer
we didn't watch Barbie.
Oppenheimer was pretty good. We did enjoy it more than we thought. Believe it or not, it's crazy. There was a bomb in the movie. I was shaken. It was pretty funny. There was a part where, you know, it shows the bomb because it's the movie, and like 3 people just got up and left our theater afterwards. Like they were satisfied. They were like, we got
what they came for.
We got what we came for, and they got up and left, and like the movie wasn't even close to over.
Yeah, I would. If anybody's not seen it, I would recommend it. I can't speak for Barbie, although I've talked to people who have enjoyed it. Though typically I don't trust their opinions, so you know.
Yeah, I would say Oppenheimer is probably Nolan's best movie. I'm not a big Nolan guy, but it's my favorite of his movies that I've seen.
Easily for me. Afterwards I was talking to Echo and I was like, yeah, I just don't like Nolan that much, and he was like talking about like different movies Nolan had done, and I realized that one of them was The Prestige, and that's one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. That was such a piece of trash. Like, my God, that was really bad. And I didn't even know it was Nolan. I just really didn't like it. My Amy made me watch it.
Yeah, I had never heard of it till you brought it up, and then I read it was actually supposed to be good.
So, people say that, but they don't know what they're talking about.
I see. Our most hated trope, going back to the question of earlier, is people liking things.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. So
not when we're around.
Not when we have opinions about something.
We are the authority.
Let me tell you about this Travis Scott album, okay? Has some good songs on it. I don't know. I don't have like a whole review.
Oh, yeah, but Oppenheimer was it was much better than I thought it'd be. The acting was really good in it. Robert Downey Jr. was really good in it. Fucking Cillian Murphy was really good in it. The girl that showed her boobs like 4 times, Florence Pugh, is that her name? She's really good in it. It's really good.
Is she French? That sounds French.
I don't know. There is a scene where Cillian Murphy is just sitting in a chair nude. Burned into my brain. It won't ever leave.
That was the best scene of I read a whole Reddit thread about how people hated that scene and how it was distracting and unnecessary. I was like, that was the best part.
Seeing boobs are shown. Okay, I'm going to see it.
Murphy.
There's actually a fair bit of boobs and butt in Oppenheimer.
There is a sex scene where Cillian Murphy is reading poetry. Okay,
it's true.
It's a little strange, okay, but like you get the point.
It's strange, and then there's another scene where he's in a chair in like a trial and just being ridden by a woman. That's also a little strange. Somehow that scene felt more natural than the scene with the poetry.
I'll say that the movie had like some almost psychedelic elements, like some like really trippy stuff. And it was done very well, and I was really surprised because Nolan doesn't typically do stuff like that.
What make
at least
movies?
Anymore. I kind of read that, that he used to do that, but he
Memento's pretty funky, and like some of his older stuff's a little weird.
I've read a lot of people want him to do like a horror movie.
Imagine the killer turns the corner. It's just fucking obnoxious.
There is the way the bomb scene is done. I won't go into details because I don't want to spoil it. I thought it was really clever. Like the actual detonation, the test.
Yeah, it's really good. No spoilers for this historical movie.
So there's a bomb.
So they did this thing called the Trinity test, right?
So Harry Truman.
But yeah, it was really good. My only gripe is that I thought the opening of it, like the opening act, was a little confusing. Not like confusing as in like what the fuck is happening, but it cuts between different times and it's just a little hard to follow. Like it does it without like establishing all of them immediately, and so there's a little bit of like, well, where the fuck are we? But other than that, I thought the third act dragged just a little bit. But it wasn't not in any real negative way.
Bryce, rate the movie.
Rate it out of 5. I don't know. I don't think I actually ever rated it after we watched it. I'd probably say it's at least 4.25 for me.
Yeah, I think I gave it something similar to that.
I will say out of biopics, which I tend to not be the biggest fan of, because I think I've said this on stream, like for someone's life to be like a story, you have to either exaggerate or just like not like accept that it's not a story and just accept that you're telling their life. And I thought Nolan did a really good job of making Oppenheimer's life like actually genuinely feel like a story. So yeah, I liked it. Have you guys ever thought of making a visual novel?
I think we had one conversation about that like one time.
Yeah, I worked on one that actually like got released and is out in the world.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
do you want to promote? Do you want to drop your link? Do you want to drop a pin?
I didn't say that. But yeah, I've worked on one. But it's been a long time.
We had one conversation about doing a porn one once.
That is true.
But we didn't. We wouldn't do that. That's not.
We would never make a porn game.
That's just not our style. Come on, guys.
We would never do something like that. Never once. Looks at my 200 hours in RPG Maker.
Not like this.
No. We're good Christian boys now. We've learned from our sins. Remember, we can't be named even because of who we are.
That's true. We don't exist.
We're not allowed to even say that we exist. We actually have to keep ourselves literally hidden from the publishers. Like we are little blemishes that if they find out about us, we will plague the entire industry. We're like the bad boys of the publishing. We're kind of the bad boys.
Turns out Disney not super big on the whole made porn thing. As well as, Scholastic and etc. Not naming names, but
not naming names.
It's fine. It's that's part of it,
That's part. Sometimes you go, I want to eat. Silly us. The Chibi Lucia is incredible and should become a sticker.
I think we have.
No, this one. This one specific is incredible. None of the other
I see.
ones. Listen, do you know what I am saying?
I'd buy a sticker pack, to be honest. Well, good news. Come to the convention, and you can buy stickers.
Have we shown any of the stickers or prints or anything on stream?
Nope.
Should we?
I don't have any of them right now, so.
They're so far from you. I mean, they are.
I feel like it's kind of,
Oof.
you know.
Could you imagine? He had to walk in the next room. Oof.
Well, I already got my steps in today.
Yeah, what are you at? Yeah?
4,054.
4,884.
Yeah, you got nothing on what you did yesterday, though.
That is true.
Yeah, we're all into steps now.
We're all like health conscious and shit. We've been monitoring heart rates. A lot's changed in 2 weeks. Okay, we're new people. We've come back and, you know, we've changed. My fucking thing is yelling at me because I need to get up and get my steps in. But I don't care. I'm a rebel right now.
Oh, yeah, it does like to do that.
I realized I was wearing it. And then I realized that, like, you have to actually set whether you wear it on your dominant hand or non-dominant hand. And by default, it's non-dominant. So I had to change that.
Maybe that's why it's been giving you extra steps.
I don't think it's been giving me extra steps.
Maybe it has. That would make sense. There's no way you could be better at me than anything without a little, you know, help.
Well, what about right now? Because today I already have more steps than you.
Well, yeah, but not. Come check by the end of the day. The day's not over.
Heck, Texas be far. Yeah, I know that.
Texas be hot. You know, Bryce, you've never been on an aeroplane.
That is true.
Are you nervous?
Not really. I'm mostly nervous about actually like going through the airport. The actual plane flight, I mean, I don't know what the fuck's worse gonna happen.
Well,
I'm way more likely to have something go wrong in a car than plane.
That's true.
You know what? You don't gotta worry about it.
I'm really nervous about stuff.
You don't gotta worry about other motherfuckers fucking hitting you. Well, unless
I've watched Breaking Bad.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm nervous, but I'm nervous about everything. I have so I'm an interesting person. I have like a resting level of nervousness that's like my base nervousness, and this is what I call like a little bit of anxious about everything. You know, like I'm always a little bit. Sometimes I brush my teeth and I'm like, okay, well, you know, this is a nerve-wracking experience, but that's like what I'm used to. That's like my base level of existing nervousness. It's only ever when I go above that, when I start to get into like the different levels, that's when it starts to notice. And I've not really gotten into that with this yet. Now come Thursday, it could hit me like a truck and I could be really nervous. But I figure, especially because we're gonna be on the same plane, the chances of anything going wrong relatively mitigated, because two things. For one, I probably won't get on the wrong plane if you're there.
I like that the chances are still only probably.
I do wander off sometimes. You kind of have to keep an eye on me, or I'll just like, because not even wander off as in like I'm curious, but I'm so forgetful. I go on autopilot sometimes. I'm more nervous about me like getting back from Texas. Like I don't know. I'm just nervous that I'll somehow like get myself lost in Texas.
This is a stupid question, but do we have the same flight out of Texas? We didn't actually check that.
Hold on, nervousness has gone up to level level 1. I don't know. We probably do. I'll be right back.
Well, it'll be all right.
I gotta go. Oh no, I gotta go grab the thing I was telling you about before stream.
Oh, I see.
I'll be right back.
He's got sex toys that was delivered. I don't know. I don't know that for sure, but he didn't. I don't know. I don't know that that's not what it is. I guess this is just alone time. It's just me and the boys. Lucia being silly as usual, huh? Yeah, she's a goofy little gal. You know, I kind of like. I don't know why this outfit's just kind of cozy to me, like the big sweaters. I wear a lot of mostly long sleeve shirts. I mean, as you can see. Quick, Scott, tell us a secret about him. Well, talking about how he has like a base level of nervousness. One time he went on a trip without me. And he was like, He was with other people. He was like with friends, and he messaged me in the morning, like 10 in the morning or so, and was like, "Can I take a shower?" Like I guess he was afraid he would wake everybody up or whatever reason. And then he was like, "No, I won't." But like I don't know. He was like nervous to take a shower, and I was like, "Just go take a fucking shower." And he's like, "Okay," and then he did it. I don't know why. I don't know why he was so nervous about that. We won't ask him when he comes back, but I don't think he'll mind if I told that story. Maybe he will have. I don't know. What was I talking about before? I don't remember. I'm kind of Lucia being silly as usual. I already read that. I'm a terrible stream host.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what I missed?
We were talking about Lucia being a silly little guy, goofy little guy.
I see.
Leafy Toby. Do you have an X account? Yeah, unfortunately. Although, you know what's really stupid is that I have 2 pages bookmarked every time I open up a new Chrome tab. And one of them is twitter.com. And one of them is Twitter analytics, right? Because I like to check my analytics because I'm self-absorbed. So they changed the logo for twitter.com. It's X now. They did not change the analytics logo. So that doesn't make sense.
Which is nice.
Did you get your sex toys, Bryce?
Yeah. Quick, tell us a secret about him. What did you say? What did you tell him while I was gone?
Oh, no, nothing.
I mean, I'm an open book. I don't care. I'm just curious.
I was talking about, that one time.
Hmm.
With the shower.
The shower? See, I don't have any embarrassing stories with the shower.
I mean, it wasn't like the most embarrassing. Most of your most embarrassing stories are already
I don't
public
even have
domain.
a story with a shower, do I?
Well, there was that time where I don't remember. I guess you were in New York and you asked me if you could take a shower.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So I would say that's semi-embarrassing at least.
Well, that's I was a little baby and I was away from home for the first time and I didn't know, I have actual embarrassing stories that you can spill. You come with that?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm
Scott,
a terrible stream host. Don't leave me alone.
I wouldn't. You know the amount of fetishes of mine that you've admitted on stream? There have been at least 3 fetishes that you've outed me for on stream. Like,
okay, that's true. Okay, but well, there's not really a but to that. But.
And none of them were like things that I was like, haha, let's talk about that on stream. They were just like, hey, did you know Bryce likes people's mothers? He wants to fuck their mothers. What about
but you've
bimbos?
Embraced it. You're the fetish guy.
I'm the fetish guy.
If there's a fetish, Bryce probably has it.
I don't know if I would say that. I don't really want that being said about me.
Well, it's out there. I mean, we can go through each individual.
No, I mean, I'm good. I don't think we need to do that.
I don't know why. I don't intentionally know all of your fetishes. It just happened.
Well, you see, Mal,
you just have no shame.
I really do. That is actually a problem with me, and I really have to control myself. I have no care about stuff like that. Like, I have no shame. I'll talk about anything. I really don't care. But then I think about the fact that, like, I'm telling this to a lot of people, and, like, my parents could hear. Like, it's different than when I went with, So I try and control myself a little bit. But I just don't give a shit. But anyway. I don't know how you learned all my fetishes either. But here we are.
Some of them I was just able to get. At some point, it got to the point where if I knew about a fetish, I just assumed you had it, and usually I was right.
Tentacle Zorn? I don't know what Zorn means. But I do not like tentacles.
Zorn.
That's what you're asking. I think they're gross. I think that's a little too far for me.
This is where Bryce becomes super judgmental. Don't kink shame. Don't kink shame other people.
No, I'm not kink shaming anybody. I just don't like. I don't know. I guess the problem with me is I imagine what it would actually be like to have a tentacle shoved inside of you, and it just doesn't seem very appealing.
Okay.
You know, like think about that. Like think about putting a tentacle up your ass.
I don't
it doesn't. Yeah, see, yeah, I know you don't. But yeah, you draw it. Yeah, you've drawn a woman with tentacles inside of her. But you didn't
Not
think.
often.
But you didn't think, is what you're saying.
No,
you didn't think.
I didn't.
You didn't think about how it felt.
I didn't sit down.
You didn't sit down and
interview.
go, "What is this like for her?" Okay.
What's happened? What's going on here?
We have fun. We have fun. I'm not as weird as Scott makes me out to be. It's just a branding thing.
I learned that I like Chinese food.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went my
Is that
whole
a
life.
fetish?
Pretty much. Yeah. With that, I went my whole life without eating Chinese food, and like every 2 years.
You went your whole life without eating good Chinese food. What's the problem?
Here's the thing: is every like 2 years I would get a craving, and I'd be like, all right, I want to eat some Chinese food, and I would do it, and then I'd be like, it's not that good. I don't get it. I don't get what all the hype is about. Except for this year when I did it, I actually liked it. I don't know.
You know, we ate lunch together, and also I got coerced into eating breakfast with you. But I kind of want to like order food tonight. This is going to be the unhealthiest day on record for me.
You're saying we eat dinner together. We have
No.
all 3 meals, and then I'll come over before bed. We'll have a little snack.
No, I'm not even saying I'm going to order food. I probably won't. I'm just.
I'm
saying
not.
I could.
I have to cook steak.
Yeah, I
Big,
cooked last night.
juicy. You cooked last night. Oh, you know what I had for dinner last night?
I don't know, probably Chinese food.
A turkey sandwich.
Lame.
It was good. Lame.
Yes, but tell me more about your modern love of Chinese food.
Tell me more about Raccoon Tycoon
Raccoon Tycoon.
and Wizard Lizard.
Miami kicked our ass last time we played Raccoon Tycoon. I talked about it with it afterwards, and she was like, everyone was talking about how good they were, and I was just sitting over here with all my points, just smiling silently. She was like kind of talking about like he was like a serial killer.
Now, in fairness, I think I probably did the second best.
She keeps telling me that she keeps annihilating you and your Amy in trivia.
She's only beaten me one time, but my Amy does keep being like, "Oh, how the fuck did she win? Is she
She
cheating? What's
literally
going on?"
here's what my Amy said to me earlier. She said, "Don't tell them I'm trash talking," but I keep beating them. But I
Unless
beat
she
her
beat
both
me
times.
today. Did she beat me today?
I
Like
don't
while
know.
I was.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Think fast, Scott. Name of the exploding monster from Minecraft. Oh, Scott has played thousands of hours of Minecraft.
Creeper. Why is the sound
I
on?
was gonna say, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, I'm playing trivia, crack.
Well, stop. We're streaming.
Who is this? Mr. Fred Rogers.
Now, Minecraft is one of the few games Scott has put genuine thousands and thousands and thousands of.
When are we gonna get back into speedrunning?
We were kids when Minecraft came out, so we were big into it. We were youths, youngins.
Okay, she might beat me this game. I'm beating Miami 5-1.
You see, this is the part of the stream where I talk about Scott's fetishes because he is not here. Scott is big into breasts. I've said it. It's now out there for the world to know.
What?
He is, in fact, not a butt man, but a breast man. You see him near chicken breast, he goes crazy.
What? Didn't the Rays win the World Series?
I don't know. They went to
thought
the
the
World
Rays-
Series. They didn't win
Did
it,
they
but
not
they
win?
went. No. I thought they lost it.
Oh, I guess so. I thought they won in.
No.
Hmm.
It would be really bad for baseball if they did.
But they're so good every year.
Yeah, but they're never good enough. You know how they're in second place in the division right now because a certain team is ahead of them. Not naming names.
But how do the Yankees play into this?
The fucking bottom of the barrel. That's how they play into it. You know, they sat Aaron Judge last night.
I saw that.
In the game where they struck out 18 times. You know, Dean Kramer started that game.
You know, you guys sent down Tyler Wells. This is the baseball stream now.
That is true. We did send down Tyler Wells. I hope it's because a trade is coming, because here's the thing. I think it's mostly just because he's never pitched over 100 innings, I don't think, and he's tired. I mean, that dude is going out there and he is tired. And we sent him to Double-A, which is Bowie is closer. To Baltimore, I'm pretty sure. Than Norfolk, because Norfolk's in Virginia. And I assume
weird because normally when a guy needs to get like rest, he goes on the IL.
I'm assuming
he has the flu or something.
Well, I'm assuming that like I have no idea, but I'm assuming. well, I'm assuming there's two things. I'm assuming either he's actually going to pitch in Double-A. I'm assuming it's either they think it's something mechanical, so they're going to have him pitch in Double-A, or if it's just him being tired, then I don't know what it would be. I guess they just maybe are worried it will be he'll need the rest for like a few weeks. I don't know. I'm also assuming it's kind of like a fake DFA, so we can, if we trade for somebody, don't have to DFA somebody just yet. Don't know. Well, goddamn, I hope we get a pitcher. I really like Elias's whole like let's not trade the farm for the future thing. But I do think when you're having a good year, you always kind of need to treat it like it's like, you know, like the year.
You need to do something.
Yeah, like this is the like we can afford to trade one of our big prospects to try and get somebody. I think because I just don't think our rotation, the Orioles rotation, is good enough to be a World Series rotation yet. I think everything else is really good. I think we need that big starter still because Tyler Wells is already too tired to pitch. Kyle Gibson is a goddamn mystery. He's either awful or kind of good. Dean Kramer is getting better as the season goes on. It doesn't really make any sense. And then Kyle Bradish is our only legitimate and good pitcher, like consistently. But the problem is that he's also never thrown over 100 innings, I don't think. So who knows if he'll get tired. And Grayson is, you know, we don't know if Grayson Rodriguez is gonna. He's been really good in his last two starts, but
the guy next to us in line at Dad's today, by the way, he was listening to a highlight of Adam Frazier hitting a home run.
Really?
Yeah, I thought you heard him.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he was just on his phone listening to. I don't know if he's like an Orioles fan or. Did Adam Frazier hit a home run last night?
He did. He hit a 3-run home run in the first inning.
Oh, then yeah, that's what he was watching.
Yeah, they yeah. Did you see what the Yankees did to Severino yesterday?
No.
They let him give up 7 runs in the first inning. Like they just left him out there. I mean, they just would not pull him. He threw like 30 pitches and gave up 7 runs. Like I don't know why they were just running him out there. They were like, we're just gonna run him into the fucking ground. I could not believe they left him out there because it was just like everything he was throwing was getting hit. Like it wasn't like, oh, he's like pitching good and then you know it was just like he was just throwing meatballs fucking constantly. And then after the game, he was like, I think I'm the worst pitcher in baseball.
I did see that.
It's like, yeah, maybe your team shouldn't leave you out to die like that.
I think, funnily enough, the Reds have a better pitching situation going into October than the Orioles do. If we make the playoffs,
especially if you guys
we're gonna get
Lodolo back.
Yeah, because we're about to get Green and Lodolo back, and then Graham Ashcraft has like a sub-2 ERA over the last month. We're gonna finally DFA Luke Weaver, I hope. Andrew Abbott, Brandon Williamson's been pitching well. They got a lot going on, a lot going for them.
Yeah, about the only 2 people in the Orioles rotation that I'm confident in are Kyle Bradish and Dean Kramer. Because like I said, Kramer's been getting better. Kramer had a really good year last year. That's why it was kind of surprising that he was so awful at the start of the year. And he's been a bit mixed, but he's getting better like every start. He's one of those dudes that has that dog in him. Bradish is really good. Tyler Wells was really good until he lost the ability to throw a pitch without wheezing. And Gibson and all those. Grayson, I hope. But like I said, with, who knows? I don't know. I just hope the Orioles trade for somebody, even if it's somebody controllable. I don't know if they'll have to make some kind of huge offer for somebody controllable, but I think for a controllable pitcher, like I think if we could get Dylan Cease, that would be worth trading big prospects for. But I don't think the White Sox want to trade Dylan Cease at all.
I don't know what colors to go with for this outfit. I'm going to my color palette generator.
Since we're hemorrhaging viewers, we'll stop the baseball section of the stream. We're sorry, everybody.
We're sorry.
We just like talking about baseball, talking ball, talking base. There's like some Freddy Krueger vibes.
I was gonna say I have to change it because it looks like Freddy Krueger. Shite.
I mean, his is green. I think it's red and green, isn't it?
I know, but I was thinking the same thing, and then you said it, so that's kind of like,
who cares? Maybe it is. It's kind of like she's like, oh, look, I'm cute, but.
I mean, I care.
Like, I'll get into your dreams.
No, this is bad.
Yeah, just give her knife hands. Just turn that hand up near her head, the one she's holding up, just into knives.
Okay, we're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna try it again with different colors.
Did you ever snort a pixie stick when you were younger?
No.
Did you ever encounter someone who snorted a pixie stick?
I did, or at least somebody that pretended that they did. I was never like really convinced.
Okay, well, I straight up watched someone do it back in the day. I was just curious. This was a phenomenon at your high school too.
It was, people would talk about it, but I'm sure they talked or tried to do it in high school too. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was looking to do. Smurfs,
Do you remember the
yellow like a bee?
Do you remember like the Snorks, the Smurfs, but the underwater Smurfs?
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Or what they call it, the Snorks? I think they were called the Snorks. That's kind of.
I have no idea what you're.
Hold on, no. Let me cook. Yeah, they were called the Snorks. Yeah, they were like. They were Smurfs, but they were underwater. Here, hold on. Let me get a picture of this. I'm gonna drag this onto my screen. The Snorks. See? Does anyone else remember the Snorks?
No, I never. I have no idea what that is.
Look, it ran from 1984 to 88. The Snorks. Well,
I can't help you there, Chief.
Just me, I guess. I'm just out here snorking. Anyway, I have this random memory of me and my sister. We used to, on Christmas night, we would, when we were youngins, Jesus Christ, we would like, I would spend the night in her room, and we would like wake up, like we'd go to bed together, we'd like watch Christmas movies and shit, and then we'd wake up at like 4 a.m. in the morning, and we would go down to shake our presents and then sit there for 3 hours waiting for my parents to wake up. When you really think about it, it's kind of, it was kind of a waste of time. But we would do this every Christmas up until my sister was like 15 and decided she was too old to do it. But I remember one time.
I'm a little salty about that.
One time we woke up and we were it was like on TV. There was like it was like a Christmas Smurfs special or something, and it was like 3 a.m. and she was like still half asleep, and so I was watching it. And then I remember the Snorks came on, and I was like, Tori, what is this? And she went, oh, Bryce, you've never heard of the Snorks. And then I sat there and I watched the Snorks on Christmas morning. Now the next year, something funny happened in that, like a similar thing happened, but I'm not making this up. I woke up and it was the Woodland Critter Christmas episode of South Park that was on. Scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
fucked me up.
You have some strange stories.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my story about the Snorks. And then I told my mom about it. My mom was like, "You've never seen the Snorks?" And I was like, "No, Mom. I've never seen the Snorks." I bet if I said that to her right now, she'd be like, "He doesn't know what the Snorks are?" It sounds kind of offensive, I feel like. Like the Snorks feels like an offensive term.
I definitely wouldn't say it in public.
I'm sorry to all the underwater people out there. All the Snorks.
Hey, where are my Snorks at?
Did you ever watch the Smurfs growing up?
I did. I was young enough that I don't really remember it.
You just
but
have
I
like,
remember
vague
that
memories
I
of
did it.
watching it.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at, yeah.
That guy.
Gargamel.
Who was Gargamel.
And his
who,
cat.
I guess. Yeah, and his fucking cat. He was an asshole. Why'd they let that guy get away with that? Being such a jerk to the Smurfs.
Yeah,
Don't they know any better?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat where I watched the Smurfs a lot growing up, but I couldn't tell you anything about the Smurfs except they're Smurfy little guys.
They're Smurfy little guys.
And that Gargamel's a fuck. And his stupid little cat. He was a bad dude. Like, the Smurfs trying to have a good time. And he's like...
He just came and fucked it up.
I don't even remember what he does. Does he like try and eat
just...
the Smurfs?
No, he wants to kill all of them. He wants to
Is that
fucking
true?
Smurf genocide. Yes!
He wants to Smurf them. Oh, I'm a Smurf, yeah. I'm gonna get you. Does this cat think of them as like mice? Does he send his cat out in the woods like, bring me back a Smurf?
I think so.
Aren't they all named after like what their living in life is? Like, isn't it kind of like communism? Like from birth, you're born and they're like, "You're Bildy," and they like hand him a hammer.
I don't know.
Isn't that what Smurf like life is like? Am I crazy? And like the one girl, she's just Smurfette. Her role is just girl. Like she came out there, they were like, "Your village girl." And then there's the one that's like dumbass. Like that's like it's like he's dopey. That's his name. No, I'm being serious.
No, you're right. I mean, you're out of line, but you're right.
This one came out, and they're just like, "This one's a fucking idiot." I don't know if they like dropped him on his head or something, and they're like, "Oh, we fucked this one up." Smurfs are kind of fucked up. Now that I'm thinking,
you know what? Maybe Gilgamesh or whatever his name was.
Gilgamesh.
Maybe he had a point.
Hold on. I'm gonna look up all the different Smurfs. Hold on. Okay, so list of Smurfs characters. Let's go. So you have Smurfette, who's apparently the main protagonist, and she was created by Gargamel, according to the lore.
Okay.
I don't know what this means. She originally had black hair, but when Papa Smurf made her into a Smurf, it became blonde. Before the Smurflings created Sassette, Smurfette was the only female in the village. The other female is named Sassette?
I feel like that's offensive.
Okay, so I'm looking. They have original French names. Her original name was like Shrew Trumpet.
Okay.
I'm not making that up. Then you have Papa Smurf. You have Clumsy Smurf. You see, I told you, he's just a fucking dumbass. That's the whole point. You have Brainy Smurf. You have Grouchy Smurf. You have Hefty Smurf. You have Greedy Smurf.
Yo, that guy, you have Hefty Smurf.
Apparently, at some point, Hefty becomes the leader of the Smurfs.
Is that true?
Yeah, Papa Smurf makes him the leader.
What happened to Papa Smurf?
I don't know. It says Papa appoints Hefty Smurf as the leader of the Smurfs in season 3, Handy Kite. In several episodes, Papa selects Hefty Smurf as the leader of separate teams in dangerous missions. Then you have you have you have Greedy Smurf. You have Jokey Smurf. You apparently the joke is always the same in that he offers wrapped presents to his victims, saying it is a surprise. When it is opened, it explodes into black smoke, which blackens the receiver's face. Well, that seems a little bit out of touch. Then you have Chef Smurf. You have Vanity Smurf, Handy Smurf, Scaredy Smurf, Tracker Smurf, Sloppy Smurf, Harmony Smurf, Painter Smurf, Poet Smurf. It keeps going. I'm not stopping until I get through all these. Farmer Smurf, Natural Smurf. What? Originally a full-grown Smurf as Natural Smurf, he had his age reversed in an accident with Father Time's reversal clock and became a Smurfling in season 5. He is always barefoot, which is why he is Natural Smurf. Snappy Smurfling, Slapsy Smurfling, Sassette Smurfling, Baby Smurf. I don't know what the difference between the Smurflings and the Baby Smurf is, but...
So is Baby Smurf... like always gonna be a baby?
Well, all it says here is that Baby Smurf was brought by Feathers the Stork on the night of the blue moon.
Okay.
Grandpa Smurf, Alchemist Smurf, Timid Smurf, aka Actor Smurf, Architect Smurf, Baker Smurf, Clockwork Smurf, who is not an actual Smurf. He is actually a wooden robot built by Handy Smurf. Despite the European middle-aged technology level at which the Smurfs are, he is capable of feelings and morality. Dabbler Smurf, who is the most introverted and sentimental Smurf. He is constantly tormented by an inherent sadness, which stems from the inability of his friends to understand him. Dabbler's life is a never-ending quest for love and to be understood.
What?
He later becomes Dr. Smurf. Dr. Smurf is the residential doctor. He has very superficial knowledge of medicine and health, using scattered sources of medical books to give prescriptions. Nevertheless, he takes great pride in his self-established job, which is lackluster at best and harmful at worst. Dopey Smurf, Enamored Smurf, who is named so because he dreams about Smurfette, carves her name in trees, pulls petals off of daisies, and when she loves him, and then he cries all night. Finance Smurf, who introduces currency to the world, but then gets rid of it because it creates poverty and corruption in the Smurf world.
What?
I promise you, this is all real. Flying Smurf, later known as the Aviator Smurf. King Smurf, Lazy Smurf, Miner Smurf, like miner as in he mines things, Nanny Smurf, Nosy Smurf, Editor Smurf, Reflection Smurf. Reflection Smurf used to be Vanity Smurf's reflection, as the name implies, but came to life after a lightning bolt struck Vanity Smurf's mirror. He originally spoke in the reverse Smurf language and did everything in reverse. When he tried to get back into the mirror after being kicked out of Vanity's house, he got struck by another lightning bolt. This time, it allowed him to speak and do everything normally, and thus he was a Smurf ever since. Reporter Smurf.
I don't remember that. There's like politics?
Sneezy Smurf, aka the Sickly Smurf. Stinky Smurf / nice smelling Smurf. Apparently he was stupid, and then he was stinky, and they tried to thwart Gargamel with his stench, but then he was forcefully given a bath, and he became the nice smelling Smurf. Sweepy Smurf is a chimney sweep with a British accent. Taylor Smurf, Weakling Smurf, aka Wimpy Smurf, Wild Smurf, Weepy Smurf, Tuffy Smurf, who gets into fisticuffs with everyone, Woolly Smurf, Nurse Smurf, Lucky Smurf, Lumberjack Smurf, Pretentious Smurf, Pasty Cook Smurf, Submariner Smurf, Gutsy Smurf, Navigator Smurf, Fisher Smurf, Hunter Smurf, Marco Smurf, who is a spoof of Marco Polo, Flighty Smurf, and then this one says, should not be counted, Don Smurfo, who is a fictional character in one of the Smurf books. Nobody Smurf, who is a Smurf who gets often overlooked. Crazy Smurf, Narrator Smurf, Passive Aggressive Smurf, Panicky Smurf, Social Smurf, Smooth Smurf, Clueless Smurf, Party Planner Smurf, Vexy Smurf, Vexy was an original creation by Gargamel. Like her brother Haxus, Vexy was turned into a real Smurf by the spell that was originally used on Smurfette. She was introduced in movie 2 and is voiced by Christina Ricci. Did you know that Shaun White and Shaquille O'Neal also voiced Smurfs in the movie? That's another little fact for you. Hackus Smurf, Complimentary Smurf, Drummer Smurf, Schemer Smurf, Dreamy Smurf, Gullible, Paranoid, Policeman, Magician, Mime, Table Eating, Karate, Winner, Loser, Smurf Willow, Popper Smurf's female counterpart in the Lost Smurf Village, Smurf Blossom, Smurf Storm, Smurf Lily, Smurl Blagonia, Smurf Melody, Smurf J. Okay, so apparently at some point in the lore, there started to be a Lost Smurf Village where they don't go like blank Smurf, they name themselves Smurf blank, and that's what we're in right now. We're in the Lost Village. You following? We're in the Lost Village Smurfs. Smurf Storm, Smurf Lily, Smurf Begonia, Smurf Melody, Smurf Jade, Smurf Petal, Smurf Clother, Smurf Meadow, Smurf Daisy, Smurf Holly, Smurf Hazel, Smurf Honey, Miller Smurf, and Smurf Mouse. There's 107 Smurfs.
We did it.
Now the villains. Gargamel.
Oh no.
Well, we have to at least figure out who Gargamel is. He is the main antagonist and enemy of the Smurfs. He's an evil wizard with limited powers. Gargamel is absolutely obsessed with the Smurf, with his main goal trying to eat them. I told you, he wants to eat them, not kill them. And he's trying to capture them for a potion to make gold, to get revenge. Apparently in the cartoons he wants to eat them, but then in the movies there's just like he wants gold. I guess that was too.
I guess they decided that was a little too much.
There's a lot of villains I'm learning. There were the Wartmongerers, who were toads.
That seems racist.
There's a crow. There's a vulture. There's some humans. There's Johann and Peewit. There's the Pussy Willow Pixies. Well, I haven't read chat in a long time. Did I miss anything? I was just talking about Smurfs.
People just been farting around.
Is there an Ingo Smurf? I don't know, man. Now I want to watch the Smurfs. I'm gonna see if I can get Amy to watch every episode of the Smurfs with me. Should I go through the list of Snorks?
Maybe next stream.
Yeah. Do you think the list of Snorks is as long?
I don't. What's a Snork? I missed that part.
Remember, they're like the Smurfs got popular, so they made another series called the Snorks.
Oh, right. No, I remember that now.
I'm now learning that it actually, apparently the Snorks and the Smurfs are not connected at all, except for the fact that it's like a ripoff of the Smurfs, but with Snorks. But now I'm kind of upset. I kind of always thought they were the same thing. Unfortunately not. Did you know the Smurfs was a comic?
I did not.
It was a
You're telling me it wasn't like a manga?
It was a Belgian comic. Huh.
Feline said that some of the number of stripes on the sleeves are different in some of the poses. Yeah, it's fine. That's a secret between you and me.
We call him Dumb Smurf, so don't mind him. What would your Smurf name be, Scott?
Art Smurf. Come on.
No, that name's taken. I think there already was an Art Smurf.
I don't remember you saying Art Smurf.
I think there was Artist Smurf. I know there was Painter Smurf. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out why Smurfette was like a human that got turned into a... Is that like what the whole basis of the shit is about?
Oh, apparently it said that she was like the protagonist, right?
I guess. I just didn't know there was a plot. I thought they were just the Smurfs.
Apparently there's a plot, there's lore, there's fucking...
Well, the weirdest part is, through reading it, I learned that there is lore from the 2 movies, there is lore from the show, there is lore from the comics, there is lore from like other animated movies. There's a lot of Smurf lore. The Smurfs have raised over $4 billion alone. And yet they can't even introduce currency without corruption taking over their little kingdom. Their little Smurf kingdom.
They truly are more advanced than we.
Draw Lucia Smurf? That's not a bad idea. Put her in the Smurf outfit.
Yeah.
What do Smurfs wear again?
Smocks.
They wear... Okay, they just wear white pants and a big white hat. Except for Smurfette, who wears a dress, and Papa Smurf, who wears red pants and a red hat.
Someone draw Smurfsia.
Smurfsia. There's going to be a German Smurfs album? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean, a German Smurfs album? Bro, when the first Smurf female was introduced, they all went nuts about it and acted like incels? Wasn't the first Smurf made in like the 80s? Am I crazy?
Maybe he's talking about the Smurfs.
I get that actually might be what it is. I guess that makes more sense. Here are the Smurf banger songs. Okay, I'll listen to that later, and I don't want to get copyrighted for playing Smurf core.
That would be worth losing our YouTube channel over. The Smurf music.
Smurfsic.
Oh, Smurf.
Didn't they all go crazy over it and Papa Smurf locked her away because it was her fault or something like that? I don't know. Maybe. That seems on brand with the way the rest of the characters read. We should... Do you think we'd get in trouble if we did react content of the Snorks?
I don't know who has the copyright on that.
I think it's a Hanna-Barbera thing.
What?
Hanna-Barbera?
I don't know what that is.
What? I mean, like, what did all the old cartoons? Like, Flintstones, and fucking Scooby-Doo, and shit. Hanna-Barbera.
I thought that was Cartoon Network.
I'm not even getting into this with you. Anyway, Hanna-Barbera is like the Saturday morning cartoon company from back in the day. You see.
I see.
You understand.
No, I got you. No.
You know, they made the Jetsons. Scott, were you ever a Flintstone or Jetsons guy?
Oh, I remember liking the Flintstones. I remember fucking hating the Jetsons. I couldn't tell you why.
God damn, what'd you have against the Jetsons?
I have no idea.
George flew in and you were like, not my show.
I just remember like every time it came on, I was like, ugh, this again.
I don't remember if I really cared about either of them that much. I don't remember watching them. You know what show I did fuck with mad hardcore? I watched so much Tom and Jerry as a kid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I watched so much Tom and fucking Jerry as a kid. That show banged.
Tom and Jerry, bro. Yeah, I watched a lot of that. I watched that with my grandpapa.
Yeah, I used to watch that with my aunt a lot. I never fucked with Scooby-Doo that much, if I'm being honest.
Uh-oh, you're a bad person.
So no. I liked it, but I never watched it a lot. Now, I did watch the ones with the Hex girls. They're going to put a spell on you.
I watched the Zombie Island one. That one fucked me up. That
Is
one
that-
ruined my childhood.
Is that the one with the hexes?
I don't know. I just know that they go to an island.
No, another one
And
you're
then there
talking
are
about.
zombies. And then like it's Scooby-Doo, so it's always like, oh no, like it's somebody pretending to be like a monster. But like the twist at the end of that one was like, oops, the zombies are real.
Oh no, they're from The Witch's Ghost. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember that one as well, but that one's not scary. The fucking zombie one it freaked me the fuck out because I was a kid. And they were like, by the way, zombies are real. I was like, what? What do you mean?
I remember that one, and I remember there's like one where they go to like Area 51 or something.
I vaguely remember that.
I don't remember anything about it except that they're like in the middle of the desert dealing with like aliens. And I remember the zombie one. I remember the Witch's Curse one. I think there's like a Haunted Mansion one too. Maybe that's the Witch's Curse. I remember that one.
There's one with John Cena.
Yeah, I had all those on VHS back in the day.
VHS. Bryce, for our younger viewers, would you like to explain what a VHS is?
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Kids these days, am I right?
Remember the Nickelodeon VHSs? How they were orange?
I do.
Remember I had a Rugrats VHS. Actually, I had two. I had the one where, the first Rugrats movie? Is that the one where fucking Tommy's brother is born? And like right at the very beginning? And the whole movie is like him being like, oh shit, I have a brother, shit sucks. And then the one where they go to Paris. I remember that one.
Now, the Rugrats Goes to Paris is a good one.
Where like fucking Reptar's giant at the end of it for no reason, going crazy.
Yeah.
I thought Reptar was fucking tight when I was a kid. Reptar was the coolest shit.
Do you remember Ned's Declassified School Survival
I
Guide?
did. Did you know they have a podcast now?
Do they?
Him, the girl from the show, and Cookie. Yeah, like all three of them have a podcast now. And it's all just about how like they're grown up and they're not on drugs anymore and like life's good now and shit. I guess.
That's good.
I don't know if it's like I don't know if but they've like they talk a lot about like the bad side of it. Apparently the dude that played Ned and the girl that played Mose like dated after the show for a while.
Which one was Mose?
The fucking main girl of the show.
Oh.
Like the one that
I see.
Yeah, but they have like a podcast now where they just like talk, and they had Coconut Head on recently. I don't know how I know all this. I just keep getting recommended it.
This is the new thing that I've noticed where like old shows or even sometimes shows that are still running will do a podcast about the show. We live in the era of perpetual content where like once a piece of content is made, it just endlessly generates more content of the same product.
I mean, good for
It's
more power to them.
Maybe we can have them on stream.
I would have Ned from Ned's Declassified on stream.
Yeah.
He has a beard now.
I don't like that.
He's a good looking dude.
Get on my screen for a second.
Give me a sec.
Get-oo.
You're good.
Okay, you're good.
I'm good.
You're good.
But yeah, I don't remember what the podcast is called, but they've been doing it for a while. He also has like his own podcast. Like they have like that podcast, which is like a Ned's Declassified podcast, essentially. Which is like those three. But then I think he has his own podcast, and he's had some like big people on it. Let me see if I can find what it's called. His name's like Devin something.
Has he done anything else? Like acting wise?
I don't know. Hold on, let me
Was he ever a big draw?
Devin Werkheiser is his name. No, not really. He was gonna be in Rust. But no, he was in Casper Scare School. He voiced Casper. That's about the only other thing that looks notable. But yeah, he has his own. He has his own podcast now. That's 24 episodes, and then I'm trying to find his actual channel, Devin Werkheiser. Yeah, it's called Growing Up with Devin Werkheiser. Oh god. Yeah, he's at He's had some interesting people on it. I don't know. Again, I don't even know how I know about this. I just kept getting recommended it. Like he had the girl from Wizards of Waverly Place. Not like the main girl from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Who's the main girl from Wizards of Waverly Place?
Fuck. What's her name? Miranda Cosgrove? Selena Gomez? One of those two. I don't remember which one it is. No. Selena Gomez? Not her. Another girl. Who's Miranda Cosgrove? What is she from? Oh, she's iCarly and Drake and Josh. Yeah. Currently drawing Echo Saber. Oh, that probably popped up when I was typing because I have the hotkey there. Does Echo Saber have Twitch? He doesn't stream as far as I know.
No.
But he's on our stream quite a bit.
Yeah, he was on
the last
week that we streamed.
Yeah, the last time we streamed, he was on. Whenever that was.
So go to the VODs. Listen to Echo and us argue about something. I don't remember what we were arguing about last stream.
So what I'm saying is, once we're over the hill, we should start up. Not saying that these people are over the hill. Oh god, I tried to fucking load up a thing and it started playing a Ned's podcast episode. I'm sorry, everyone.
I can't believe you called Ned over the hill.
No. I'm not saying that he is. No. I want him once. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying, but like we were talking about how like when people get older, they like perpetually make podcasts off their content. So I'm saying when we do that,
get older.
I don't want to offend Ned. I don't want to offend Devin Werkheiser. I want him to come on stream. I want to have a conversation with him. So if you're out there, Devin, if you're listening,
if anybody got the hookup, do you think we would be good at doing like an interview?
Yeah, I actually do. I think if we did it seriously, yeah. Like not like a interview like, oh, we're a reporter interviewing, but like keeping true to ourselves. Yeah, I think we could. Because I think when you and I get serious about something or care about something, are you using a different brush for this?
No, I'm just using a larger brush.
Oh, it's throwing me off. But I think if we took it seriously, yeah, I think we'd be good at it.
I could see. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not terribly confident. What would be the closest? What stream guest do you think would be the closest to like an interview?
We get pretty interviewy when we have new guests on, like big guests, like when we had Fidel on, and when we have like Beta on, and Thick with the Q and stuff like that. We get kind of interviewing because we ask a lot of questions. So that'd be one of those. I remember the Fidel one, especially because he's in a different sort of realm than ours. We were real questiony.
Who could we get to interview? Guys, who do you want us to interview? Do you think we could get Barack Obama?
Well, we tried to get CSR on stream. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's an AI, so.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like I feel like we could get somebody interesting to interview.
Maybe.
I'm pretty confident we could. Also, y'all are naturally charismatic, so I think interviews would be easy peasy. I've never had someone in my life say I'm naturally charismatic. I'll take it. This is a win for me.
Yeah, that's a first for me as well, actually.
I'll take it. You've not seen me in real life.
Together.
What brushes do you guys use?
It is the default pen tool in Photoshop, or pencil, not pen. The pen is a different tool.
I use a Gelocity Quick Bic drying pen when I write.
Yeah?
Yeah. So there we go. I have to use quick drying pens because I'm a lefty.
I could do my normal shit, but I kind of want to do something weird.
Well, I reject that, so don't.
Okay, cool. Never mind, I won't.
I remember the Fidel one because Scott drew Hulk Sonic. The Fidel one got really unhinged by the end of stream. He also drew like Tails mutating, and that's like one of the, when you first come to our my Twitter page, one of the first things you see is the Tails thing, because I tweeted that at Fidel after stream.
I need to find a way to get some interesting texture here.
Hey, Bryson Scott, can you say something in Russian?
Niet.
Spetnaz. There we go. I don't know. That was the first thing my brain went to.
KGB? Is that racist?
I don't know. I mean, it's just the name of an organization. I don't think that's racist.
Can you be racist against Russians? I don't guess you can right now. I'm part Ukrainian. It's fine. I can do whatever I want.
That is true. You are actually part Ukrainian. Lucia Let's Plays.
We tried to make Let's Plays once upon a time.
Oh my God, Scott! I gotta tell you, I got streams of funny time to tell you. But I was talking to my niece the other day, and I was telling her about how she's gonna get to meet your sister. She was very excited about this, and she went, "What does she like?" And I go, she likes that like Poppy's Playtimes thing." And my niece was like, "Oh my God, we can play it together!" And she's like, "My mom won't let me play it yet, but I bet her and I can get it, and her and me can play it in secret. Nobody has to know." And she was like, "Oh, it's so cool." So I don't know. I guess it's not just your sister.
Wholesome.
Lucy as a PNG tuber would simp so hard. Yeah, I feel like the VTuber Lucy idea is just money that we're just sitting on.
I don't know how to do that though.
Well, I don't know either, but
we had the standing offer out there. If anybody wants to VTube,
we don't even know how we'd work out a contract with somebody for that. If I'm being honest, I don't know how we. I don't know.
V Shoujo, please get in touch.
Yeah, hook us up. Have someone else do all the work. We'll just allow you to use the character.
Yeah, it's called licensing. And we're into that shit. So
we really don't need a lot of money to do it.
No, I mean,
like
really.
If you, like,
I mean, we'll just do it for exposure, honestly. Unless you want to pay us.
B Shoujo are too controversial. Don't go to them. We're controversial guys. We kind of can't even put our names on books anymore.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know what's controversial with B Shoujo though.
I don't either.
You're joking, but an agency would love that. You have a pre-built audience. We're not joking, for the record. If someone ever approached us and talked like that, I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, we're not. We don't. We'll sell
like
out.
This is a legitimate offer. Like, I mean, we're just waiting for someone to contact us.
It doesn't really matter who. V Shoujo, you're controversial. We don't give a shit. Fuck it.
We'll dig you out of the controversy. Oh Lord, they fell for the content farmers. We've always been content farmers. Some members did bad things in the past that I'm better off not saying here.
That's everywhere.
We'll be the members that bring the name back up. We'll elevate the name value again.
We've never done anything bad, so.
Well, you drew FISA, so you can't say that anymore.
That's true. That's true.
So.
But I'm Ukrainian,
so
I'm allowed.
Who are the other places? HoloLive? Isn't that another one? We're here.
HoloLive.
We're waiting. Lucia can be whatever you want her to be. She's malleable.
She'll do sexual favors.
She'll stream on Kick for $100 million. Yeah, that's what we do. We get VTuber Lucia. She only streams on Kick. She only does gambling all day. We don't even get the controversy because we're not the ones doing it. Our phones are open.
I have a feeling that I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna hate it, and then I'm just gonna do like a normal coloring thing. But art is experimentation. Well, Bryce, I have an email to respond to after we get off. Remind me to do that.
Okay. Does this email involve me at all?
No.
Oh. He just relies on me for everything.
It's kind of true.
My Fitbit's yelling at me.
Same. Mine just... I guess it's on a timer.
It does it at 3:50. You can set the timer. It's automatically by default at 10 minutes before the end of the hour. You idiot.
Okay, first of all, rude.
I don't care. You know what? I've had a really, we had Steak and Shake for a while ago, for the first time, and it's made me crave an actual good burger. So I've been really craving Five Guys since we had it. That's not the down on Steak and Shake.
Well, then order it.
I might. I'm just saying it made me crave a burger.
I can always eat a burger, but not tonight. I'm eating.
So you're not in the equation. I can always eat a burger too, but the problem is like DoorDashing Five Guys is expensive.
That's true. It is insane how much it costs.
I used to do it a lot when I first moved, and then I stopped. But like sometimes the craving is too strong. And like it's the only burger place that like I'm like, oh, I want a burger that I will get. And the benefit of Five Guys, I will say, is that you do get a lot of food because they're big burgers and they're a lot of fries.
I was really upset because I went into Old Navy the other day. But I did get a Hawaiian shirt, so I'm taking that to Texas. If you go to the con, there's every chance that you see me wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
The Rays acquired Aaron Civale. I don't know who that is, but they traded a bunch of prospects for him. He's made 13 starts and has a 2.3.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
He's from the Guardians, so I guess that means Cleveland is selling off.
Well, yeah, I think we knew that though. They were gonna sell.
No, they had said, because remember, dude, they're only one game back of like leading the division, like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, but they're in like the fucking AL Central, dude.
Scott, the Tigers are 10 games back. Or sorry, they're 10 games under 500, and they're like 4 games back, and they're still considering not selling. That's why they haven't traded.
Yeah,
Rodriguez
that's what I'm
Lorenzen.
saying though. Is like they're not even leading the AL Central. Like, just sell at that point, I know anything can happen once you get to playoffs, but that's just a thing that people say to make themselves feel better.
I just hope the Orioles get somebody. I don't care who. I mean, like Eduardo Rodriguez would be cool. It'd be kind of like we made up for trading him for Andrew Miller.
That would be pretty. That was a horrible trade.
Yeah. I mean, Andrew Miller was good with us, but we traded a controllable starter for 1 year. I think 2 years. Maybe did we have Andrew Miller the next year? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
No, I think it was only like half a season.
Just hope we get somebody. I don't know who it would be at this point. I actually really thought, because we were talking with the Cardinals, I thought we were going to be the one to get Montgomery. I think a lot of Orioles fans did too, because people were when Tyler Wells got sent down, everyone was like, "Oh shit, we're about to trade for Montgomery," and then the Rangers just said, "Fuck off."
The Rangers lost their minds.
Yeah, and got swept.
I know, I did see.
Like, they've done all this and they got swept, which is just really a funny little quirky coincidence. Quirk incidents. This is a very comfy picture.
I'm about to give up on it and just do my normal shit, so I hope you're enjoying it for now.
See, Scott, that's what I'm talking about. You never got no confidence.
This is true. We have to remember I'm bad, so.
You're gonna get the yips. You're gonna be like me.
You yipping?
Well, I got out of the yips. Remember, I was in the yips. Are the yips a term that you think, is that commonly known?
I don't know, guys. Do you know what the yips are?
Or is that exclusively a baseball thing?
I think it's typically called something else, but I can't think of it because my stupid baseball brain is just like, yeah, it's the yips.
Is Rick Ankiel the player that like started that term, or was it used before him?
Oh, it was used before. It's an old school.
I guess Rick Ankiel is just who it's heavily associated with now.
Yeah.
Because he like outwardly said it. Rick Ankiel's a dog, though. Yeah, I've heard of it. It applies to golfers, too. Golfers get the yips.
That makes sense. Golf is kind of like fake baseball.
Fake ball.
It's kind of like baseball for old people.
What's the estimate? What's the over-under on how much longer you think we'll be streaming?
I don't know. No more than 20 minutes.
Okay.
What does it mean? The yips are like when you are kind of in your head about something. The example that we were talking about with Rick Ankiel, he was a pitcher, and he was a really dominant pitcher. And then he pitched a game in the playoffs where he was super nervous. I think he was a rookie, actually.
He was only in his rookie year or second year.
And he got so nervous while he was pitching that he basically just couldn't throw a strike, and he got destroyed. And his team lost the playoffs and whatever. So you go into the next year, and they think like, well, he'll be all right. But that messed him up so bad that he just like literally couldn't throw a pitch in the zone because he was so nervous. So he ended up being converted into like an outfielder, which is kind of badass.
Yeah, most guys it just ruins their career, but he then went on to he became a hitter. And he actually had he was mostly like a backup outfielder, like a fourth outfielder, but he had like a year or two where he hit like 25 homers, I think. And I think he was really good defensively. I think he had like a really strong arm, which I guess makes sense.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he could throw a strike. He had a crazy. It was super strong because he threw like high 90s as a pitcher, but he was also super accurate. So it was kind of funny. People made fun of him because he could throw a strike from like the outfield warning track, but not from the mound. So like he could throw a strike from 400 feet away.
It's almost like sports PTSD.
Kind of, yeah.
Is the best way to describe it. Good old Rick Ankiel. You know, they called him Ricky Baseball.
Is that true?
No. No, that's just a lie.
I mean, I'm sure somebody at some point.
I'm sure at some point somebody said, "Hey, your name's Rick and you play baseball." Ha 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 ha. Ricky Baseball. But
I don't think they said it.
They probably did
like
after
that.
he pitched like that.
Yeah. I think we could get Rick Ankiel on stream.
Probably not.
Hey, we're like primarily an art stream, but sometimes, not often, but sometimes we talk about baseball. But anyway, you get that in art sometimes too, and I'm sure in writing, where you get kind of like in your head, you know, and you're like, oh God, I don't know, like you know how to do it, but like you're just so nervous about it.
I mean, we've skirted around it a little bit. I've talked about it a little bit. I've gone through it a bit with writing, not with comic stuff, but with prose stuff. It's been a long battle with the yips that I've had, but I'm finally coming out on the other end of it. So I'm proving that it can be done, at least to myself. But I don't talk about it too much.
You don't want to make people nervous.
It's more I don't know. For some reason, I feel weird talking about it. I feel like if I talk about it, I'll undo my progress. I know that doesn't make any sense. I know that sounds really stupid, but it's one of those weird like things where like you've struggled with something for so long and you're finally starting to get out of it and like get that confidence back, and you're just like kind of nervous of messing it up.
No, that's fair. I mean, it's a mental thing, so you know you gotta do what you gotta do. Actually, one of the other famous examples of the yips is John Lester not being able to throw the ball to first base.
That one is true.
That was really something to watch.
Yeah, John Lester was a pitcher who was good. He had a lot of good years. With the Red Sox and the Cubs, and I'm sure he pitched for somebody else, to be honest. But he couldn't throw to first base. So if like the batter got on, he couldn't try and pick him off. To the point where batters like became very aware of it and would just steal on him all the time. And or they would like get big leads to try and tempt him to throw over, and he would throw over and he would fucking throw it away every time. He would just like hurl it into the fucking outfield.
It was actually super frustrating to watch your team play John Lester, because like he wouldn't throw to first base, and you knew he wouldn't, and everybody knew he wouldn't, but for some reason like teams wouldn't run on him that much, like they wouldn't steal. I never understood it. It always drove me nuts.
It was a bunch of crazy because he was a great pitcher.
Yeah. No, he was really good at throwing the ball about 60 feet.
Remember that year where the Cubs had that like old ass rotation of him, John Lackey. Fuck, there are other people I'm forgetting too. Jake Arrieta. Not that he's old, but, you know.
Well, he is now.
Yeah, he is now, but
actually, I think he's retired now, isn't he?
I don't know. Probably. Fuck Jake Arrieta. Fuck he ever do for me as an Orioles fan. What did we even get when we traded Jake Arrieta? We traded Jake Arrieta and Pedro Strop, both of who fucking sucked when they were on the Orioles. I don't even remember what we got. It was something so fucking stupid. Hold on. Scott Feldman.
Scott Feldman, former Red.
And Steve Clevenger. The trade was met with criticism of the Cubs clubhouse, who were displeased they had traded away Feldman. Fucking imagine. It's not like Jake Arrieta went on to win the Cy Young like the next fucking year or anything.
Imagine being the team that traded away Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, don't trust me. I don't have to imagine it.
Actually, I think if I remember correctly, he like won the Cy Young award, and then the next year his fastball lost like 5 miles an hour after like he signed like a huge contract with the Phillies, and his fastball immediately fell off, and then he was just kind of like awful.
I think he had a few good years with the Cubs before he signed with the Phillies.
He might have. I just remember his sudden drop in velocity.
Well, since this is now the baseball stream, I guess I'll look it up. He was with the Cubs we traded him mid-season. 4 years. He had a 2.5, a 1.7. You know, he wasn't an all-star in the year that he had the 1.7 and won the Cy Young.
Really?
Yeah. It was 22-6 with a 1.7 and 4 complete games, 3 of them complete game shutouts. Was not an all-star. Then he had a 3.1, 3.5 with the Cubs. Then he signed with the Phillies, had a 4.9 or 3.9, 4.6, 5.0. Then he went back to the Cubs and had a 6.8 in 20 starts. And then had 4 starts with the Padres that same year and had a 10.9. So in 24 starts, he had a 7.3. Jesus.
I guess that's why he retired.
Feline said, "Can you add lighting effects and give her glowing eyes?" Jesus Christ.
Is this what you wanted?
Evil Sia.
There you go.
So this is how you're gonna leave it, right?
Yeah.
You keep going, huh? Stop.
Looks like a Call of Duty camo.
It looks like that one cup.
Bryce, no.
What? I wasn't saying it in a bad way. Lucia and COD? True. Well, not true, but we would like it to be true. You know, they recently put Nicki Minaj and 21 Savage in Warzone.
Activision, hit us up. All right. I guess that I'll look for somebody to raid.
Okay.
Since we're over the 2-hour mark, I have to go to the art category.
Yeah, hope everyone enjoyed the stream.
Yeah, I had a fun time.
We were all vibing, having a good time. Cheese Dong, thank you for the stream. Thank you, Cheese Dong.
Why did they change?
Yeah. Why did they change what?
Okay. Yeah. No, never mind. I was struggling with the raid feature. All right, raid's been created. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.
To the stream, guys.